Hey,
Hi Hayden, how are you?
oh, really good. So good to hear your voice. I hope this is just a friendship call.
No, you know what this is for. You know.
Friendship?
How's your day going? What's happening?
I've got a children's birthday party to go to pretty soon, and I went to my daughter's swimming lesson earlier today, and I forgot to put her goggles on.
Oh God. And wait, is it your child's birthday or another child's birthday you're going to?
Another child.
Oh God, your life really is a hellscape, isn't it?
Well, there's just a lot of children's birthdays in it, so depending on how you feel about those, most people feel quite negatively, then yes. And they all seem to be packed into the month of June, so I don't know what it is, but anecdotally, my data would suggest that all parents are boning in the month of September.
Um, Today's episode is about deep dish pizza, and I'm wondering if you have ever had deep dish pizza, and if so, what you think of it.
No, I haven't. Are you stuck in Chicago or something? Did Trump just like lock you there?
Yeah, the episode was recorded in Chicago. I ate a lot of deep dish, and this is amazing, and you kind of proved my point. Deep dish pizza, to be clear, really isn't a thing in New Zealand, right?
There's no our pizza. I had it last night. It's not deep at all. It's quite shallow. All of our pizza. We don't have any deep pizzas. I have had a deep dish apple crumble in New Zealand. Is that the same?
Same depth, different vibe.
Very different vibe because like there's no tomatoes in there. That's the deepest I've ever got with a food item, I think, in New Zealand. We have shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie is very delicious. Do you have that over there?
Yeah, we don't. I was thinking, I think with deep dish, it does hit a similar spot to the meat pie that we have in New Zealand. It's a similar greasy vibe.
Right. So it's a comfort food. If you're wanting an opinion on it, I guess I don't agree with it.
Any reasons why?
It just is two different things. And one, it's deep and it's pizza and pizza's flat. And I don't like things being that are meant to be flat being deep. It's a flat food that you've tunneled into. You've tunneled down, down, down like a grave. And I don't like that.
Flightless, flightless, flightless bird touchdown in America. I'm a flightless bird touchdown in America.
Hi Rob, how are you? You're in a bathroom, it appears.
Yes, I'm in a bathroom in Williamsburg, New York. I sent you two videos, just so you have a little context. I think play the first one I sent you. That this is where I'm recording from.
Okay, this is amazing because I did see some shampoo and soap behind you. That's the classic. I was like, are you in a shower?
I'm in a shower. And then play the second video to kind of explain why I'm in a bathroom right now.
That was my next question. You read my mind. Oh, she's loud out there.
Oh, very loud.
Oh, there is a party going on down below.
Yes.
Like a rager. It seems like multiple DJs, big crowd.
Yes. Right outside my hotel, which is very audible from my hotel room. There appears to be a very large party happening.
This show, like this, does speak to your professionalism that you are, for that audio. We all know podcasts is about the audio, and you are showing insane dedication to the cause.
I mean, kind of. I don't think bathrooms are typically the best place to record, but
you sound amazing. You sound amazing to me.
If I open the door, you can hear like the bass hit
I'm imagining it. Are you going to go down there later, do you think, and join in?
No, absolutely not.
Well, I'm in my little apartment here. You can see some of my Star Wars Lego behind me. There's a bookshelf. Not in a bathroom. I'm in the what I would call the lounge room.
I mean, do you want to grab an extension cord and maybe drag your computer and desk into the bathroom?
I do feel left out. I feel like you're close to everything. Like, if you need to use the toilet while we record,
I mean, I
and
might.
I do know you have a small bladder. Like, you can just, it's right there. Let loose.
Literally, I'm toilet's right here. Like, if I'm using the bathroom, I'm standing here at the toilet.
Look, the main thing is, and I was slightly concerned about this, you're not sitting on the toilet. Like, I was concerned for a second, it was like pants down, ready to go. I'm pleased that's not the situation.
No, I put a chair in here. I tried to get a full table in here, but the door was not big enough.
Before we get into deep dish and maybe a bit of Chicago, Hayden did touch on, he has two kids. You have two kids. He touched on the joy of the birthday, the childhood birthday sort of party. Does that affect your life a lot? Like other kids' birthdays? Because America, I've noticed, goes very hard on, or certainly Los Angeles goes very hard on the child's birthday party.
Yeah, I was gonna say there. I think there's a very there's an additional distinction to the LA birthday party.
And can you explain? Because I don't have kids. I've just heard about this. I haven't been to any. I've been to one kid's birthday party here, and I just know there are a lot of presents. Could you just go through what it's like?
I mean, I avoid them as much as possible too because they're a nightmare. It's like a bunch of mingling with a bunch of adults that I don't know that are friends of classmates. And we're in Chicago. I think we would be normal aged parents, but in LA, we're like 10 years younger than almost all of like Calvin's classmates' parents. Like, I've dropped Calvin off and heard kids be like, "That's your dad?"
It's like, who is that? Who is that child? Is that your father?
Yeah. So, I in LA, especially, like, everyone's trying to really show off with these kids' birthday party. It feels like I've only been to like 3. I usually.
You're good at avoiding them. You're the master at this. You've got this down.
Yeah, I'm usually not the one to attend. Well, I went to one where they had like all these Lego stations set up. You probably would have loved this.
Oh no, this is for me.
It's always catered. Like the home state will cater a lot of these. One had a man playing acoustic guitar with a little PA system, and there were some Disney princess characters that are just like out of work actresses dressed like Elsa from Frozen. That
can imagine like doing quite a good job.
Yeah,
relative to New Zealand, I would say
yeah.
they'll be doing a very amazing job. Because the thing I've noticed, and this kind of bleeds through into like a lot of kid activities in LA, including like Valentine's Day at school. Every kid has to leave with a present, right? And that's seems particularly unusual. It's not just like the birthday kid gets presents. It's like to make all these other little shits like not lose the plot. There's a built-in thing where there'll be like 30 little goodie bags to give these snotty-nosed little kids so that they don't feel left out, even though it's not their birthday. They're attending someone else's birthday. And I feel Valentine's Day, it's the same thing. You make a Valentine, you make a present for someone else. You know what I mean? It's very like everyone has to have the same thing.
I mean, I was maybe indoctrinated in this, so I don't know what you mean. Because, you give everyone in your class a Valentine's.
Everyone has to get one. Yeah, like each person has to give like 30 Valentines.
So you were just making like your crush a Valentine's and Valentine's Day?
Absolutely. That's what we did. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's what made it special. And some, if you're me and it's not a pity party, I'd get none. But it teaches you resilience. I would not be the wonderful man I am today if it wasn't for that upbringing,
I was going to ask, did it just make you sad? Because I had an idea that was maybe the case. Were you handing out Valentine like to 3 crushes, or you just, because I imagine you were also too shy to do that.
Yeah, I had one crush, Allie. Allie Bloomfield was my crush. And she was like, no, like laser focused, like she's the only one getting a Valentine's Day card from me.
Hmm.
But in America, yeah, every kid, it's like detention. Write 30 cards for everyone.
I mean,
crazy.
In reality, you're buying a pack of 30 and they're just writing names on it. Nothing's personalized. I mean, we have to partake in that too with the boys. It's usually
How's that for you as a parent?
It's usually us doing it, and it's usually very last minute of like, let's go to the Walgreens and see what bag of candy we can staple a note to.
I feel like part of being a parent is just doing like a lot of your kids' work in the early years.
I will say, I did go a little more in on Vinny's preschool this year for his Valentine's.
Yeah, okay.
I got these little plastic bags, and I got a plastic sealer machine, and got a bunch of little toy trucks that
Rob.
we put in the Vinny helped me pack them all. We put them in the bag, and he would hand me like a note to put in that just said like Happy Valentine's Day from Vinny, and then he helped me seal them up, and we had like a little card that went on it.
That's adorable. And also, is Calvin looking on, being like, where the fuck were you when I was doing this? You.
No, Calvin didn't. He didn't care.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. No, it is. I did want to point that out there because I think going back to kids' birthdays, it is such an LA thing where it is a production. And when I heard about Hayden talking about going to birthdays, I know in New Zealand it is a lot more low key.
I think outside of LA, it's a lot more low key. We don't really do big birthdays either. We don't do like the invite the whole class. That sounds like a nightmare. For even like Vinny had his first birthday party this year, and it was I found which kid in the class had the closest birthday to him, and it was like, hey, can we just do this together because I don't want to deal with this.
No, so and also like when kids are that age, right? Like he just wants like any kid there, right? It's not like he has to have like the besties.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we are in different cities right now. We've just done these 2 live shows, which were a lot of fun. Like they were a blast. It's like a reminder of how nice it is to build a community around this show. So like, thank you everyone that came out. They were really, really fun to do.
Yeah, Denver and Chicago were, they were awesome. It was special to be back in Chicago and doing this one.
Well, it was cool. Like you're seeing your parents there at that little table. That was pretty cute. And I when I left to come back here, you had like a surprise party for your dad, right?
Yep, sure did.
How did it go?
It went fine. It went how any 80-year-old surprise birthday party would be expected to go. Was
he surprised? Like, was it a legitimate thing, or did he by that point know something was up?
He should have. He did not know.
Are you just saying did you just call your dad dumb?
No. So what happened was him and my mom have like the find my phone location thing. And I was like, let's go to eat at this old brewery I like to in our old neighborhood. We'll go there for lunch on this day. And then everyone was waiting there in like the back. And we were driving and he was checking my mom's phone location and was like, oh, it's weird. She's at where we're going. Like, I wonder what she's doing there. She must be having lunch with your brother. And like, it should have been a giveaway.
Absolutely should have been. Yeah.
And he checked like we were 5 minutes away and he checked and she was still there because.
Oh, it's really adorable. I kind of love that it was a genuine like surprise for him. I think that's really lovely.
Yeah. The other thing I will say at our live show in Chicago, my parents and Calvin were kind of sitting out in one of the booths in the crowd, and one of our fans after the show, we were hanging out and saying hi to people, told me that at one point in the show, my dad took his shoes off.
It's really good. He's a dad. Look, my dad's identical. It's a dad getting comfy. He's in a booth. He's proud of his son. The shoes are coming off. You know, that's what you do with shoes. Your shoes overheat. I get it.
I don't know if I can say I've ever taken my shoes off at a show, but
I love that. And he would have no idea that he was being observed. Like he would have no idea that people knew he was your dad in that crowd. I really like that.
And I told him about that.
How did he react? Was he like mortified or did he not give a shit?
He didn't really give a shit, but then like the next night, he like everyone had gone to bed, and he like kind of pulled me aside, and he asked if it embarrassed me.
Oh,
And
Rob, that
I
is
was like,
so.
No,
your
no.
beautiful dad. That's so sweet.
I was like, no, I found it funny and amusing, and I was not surprised by this at all.
Imagine that. You're like, Dad, no, I was deeply shamed that you came to the show and did that. It was deeply embarrassing. You're never coming to a live show again.
Exactly.
My sort of main observation post Chicago, where we consumed a lot of deep dish, is one, I felt very like I put on weight while I was on that little tour. Like, I always eat and drink badly, I think, when I'm not at home and in my regular schedule. But that deep dish in particular, I think, was a punisher. Like it wrecks you. Like I had pimples. I have like a pimple here that's like just starting to go away. Like all that came out, the acne. And I put that down to the deep dish. And I'm not joking.
I mean, I think I can believe that. I mean, I haven't been home since Denver, so it's like 4 or 5 weeks since I've been back home, and each city I've been kind of doing a tour of food.
Yeah. Have you done more deep dish since our deep dish? No,
I don't think I've had pizza since then.
Yeah, proud of you. This is good.
I will say the other thing, when you live in Chicago, you're not really routinely getting deep dish pizza. At least I wasn't. And this was kind of the consensus around most of my friends when I told them we were doing this, that we're from back there. It's kind of a thing that you do when someone comes into town and they've never had deep dish. You're like, cool, here's the thing to do. We're going to go get Pequods.
Yeah, it's not the diet of every Chicagoan. Like you're not deep dish 3 times a week.
Exactly.
Well, no, I think you'd have an incredibly unhealthy population if the population of Chicago was eating nothing but deep dish. You'd be wrecked, be horrific. Yeah, it's clearly not something like in New Zealand. Like if you just survive on meat pies, it's like a heart disaster. Like you can't do that, you know.
But also no shame to anyone that has deep dish 3 times a week or meat pies in New Zealand every day.
Oh, hell no. No, I shove meat pies down my throat when I'm back home. The other thing that has really stuck with me about Chicago was those little bugs that take off and their butts light up in the air and they're really beautiful.
Yes, the lightning bug.
The lightning bug
or firefly. You call people, I think it's a little bit regional.
Yeah, firefly is what I would have thought of them as. I had no idea they're a thing. And when I went to New York briefly for a webroom thing after we did Chicago, and I saw some of them there as well. And I was like, oh, they're such a peaceful bug. They're so slow. They're so dopey. They're not like flapping in your face. They're like one bug that I can really get behind.
We were walking around Chicago one of our first nights there. We were just catching fireflies.
Yeah, it was like really idyllic. They're so easy to catch. Like you just grabbed one and they just like let off in your hand.
They don't smell. They don't bite you. They don't care at all. They just kind of chill and then fly away and light up.
And you know what happened the second I got back to my apartment in LA? It's hot. It's summery. 2 fucking massive cockroaches in the apartment. And I'm like, send me back to Chicago. Like, give me this gentle glowing bug over this horrific giant thing that's like scurrying into a wardrobe. You know, you're awful.
You're picking it up and trying to hold it on your finger a lightning bug.
Just you saying that makes my skin crawl. It's like cockroaches are the one bug that I can just not even begin to engage with. It's like a fear response.
I mean, I've seen quite a few cockroaches in New York since being here. So
actually, that's the other thing I would like to say about Chicago. It was, from what I saw, an incredibly clean city. It felt like New York in that it felt like it looked like I love the way it looked. I love how diverse it was, but it felt obviously much smaller, much cleaner than New York. Like New York trash is this whole other thing. It's just trash everywhere on the streets.
Yeah, I mean, we have alleyways that we put our trash in, and in New York, You just kind of put it out on the street, and it smells and it's dirty.
And there are cockroaches fucking everywhere.
Yeah, I think that's my one main problem with New York is the trash. And everyone is just so on the move here and so aggressive. Like whether you're driving, riding a bike, or a pedestrian, like watch out for all of those things.
Yeah, it's such a juxtaposition to LA, which is like a very like traffic in LA is awful, but as a human out and about, everyone's very slow in LA, very lazy. They're taking their time. New York, everyone is just so, and I guess that's the charm of it. It's bustle, and it's you leave the front door and you're sucked out into this vortex of just crazy. And that's both invigorating and also is just something I think as a Kiwi, I couldn't cope with for extended periods of time. It would be a bit too much for me, I think.
Yeah, I think my like stress levels are just on high alert here. But to me, it's almost to like a spectrum of like LA and New York, and then Chicago is somewhere in the middle. It's like a balance between the two.
No, legitimately, honestly, and being shown around by you was really special. And it's the first time I've been, and I know it's like a very obvious thing to say, but like it's my top 3 as far as like an American city goes so far. Like I love LA, I love New York,
Chicago.
And Chicago is like, it's like the best of both worlds. I really fucking liked it.
Yeah, it's a special place.
And yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's any admin. As always in this episode, if you have any like ideas or feedback, it's always flightlessbirdchat@gmail.com. Like and subscribe wherever you listen. That's always handy. We're on YouTube. You can watch us on YouTube. And yeah, as far as today's episode goes, this is Rob's idea. It was a wonderful but also cursed experience. Yeah, I mean, where did this come from?
I mean, we did a pizza episode, and I think in the back of our mind, we've always kind of bookmarked like we need to do New York style pizza and we need to do Chicago deep dish pizza. And we were in Chicago for almost a week.
Mm-hmm.
And every day, sometimes twice a day, we would order a giant deep dish pizza. Because that's the other thing with deep dish pizza, you can't really do it by the slice like they do in New York. It just gets like dried out. It's not as fresh. You don't want it like sitting in the heater.
Well, the thing is, just to explain, we get to Chicago and Rob is like, immediately is like, I need deep dish. And you went and just got the slice and then explained to me how that's not the way to do it. Like it's going to be, especially end of the night, a slice is going to be, it's been sitting there for a long time. It's not fresh. It's a bit dry. And then that was like your first introduction to it, which you were just sort of so greedy for deep dish, but the greediness kind of caught you out because you rushed in too quickly.
And then we went hard.
We went hard. And yeah, this is the result. Okay, so Rob, where are we in Chicago right now?
We're right outside Pizano's Pizza and Pasta, right in the Loop, right near Jewelers Row.
This is the deep dish pizza episode. What is your vague plan? Because I feel like we're surrounded by probably like 3,000 deep dish pizza places. What's our rough idea here?
I have asked a couple reputable Chicagoans that I know to make sure we weren't missing anything from our list. So we've got like 4 that we're going to do. Just because we're only here for 2 days, it's a lot of deep dish pizza to consume, as you will see. They're big, heavy pieces.
Yeah, I feel scared. I feel like as far as having a lot of different samples of the one thing, I feel like deep dish pizza is particularly intimidating.
Yeah.
It's not a salad.
No, and when I get a deep dish pizza, I'm having 1 slice. So we're about to have 4 in the next 2 days, at least.
All right, going through a swinging door. Chicago loves its swinging doors. Thank you.
For lunch.
Was it inside or out?
Inside would be great. What do you normally like on your pizza?
I am and this might be a sort of travesty to Chicago, but I'm a Hawaiian pizza guy. So if I have ham and pineapple, I'm happy.
No, we're not doing that on the deep dish. I think we just do pepperoni deep dish. We'll keep it simple.
You are my tour guide, so I will support your decision. despite secretly being sad that there isn't some cooked pineapple on there.
Right. But I don't think you want to muddy it down with a bunch of other ingredients. It's a lot about the sauce. Yeah, we're just going to do a medium pepperoni deep dish. That's it.
So I noted there are a lot of athletes on the walls of this place, I feel. Who do you clock of importance?
I mean, we've got Michael Jordan on the wall over there. Muhammad Ali, which I'm not sure why. We've got Chris Chelios, Tony Esposito from the Blackhawks.
Who is this man here?
That's Robert De Niro, you know that, right? Or is that face blindness happening?
It's face blindness.
Okay. We've got a Scottie Pippen jersey over there. It's a lot of just Chicago sports all over. A Bobby Hull over here. For some reason, there's a Green Bay picture. We're going to gloss over that. Got the Blues Brothers, who from Chicago.
I feel like the city is a big sport and big pop culture place, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. The city takes a lot of pride in it.
America's really good at that. They're good at like grabbing people that are celebrities and getting them to sign a thing and putting it on the wall.
I don't know if it's uniquely Chicago, but there's a ton of Chicago places that have that. Like Portillo's is known for, they just have signed pictures of every celebrity that's come into there.
I guess we don't really do that in New Zealand because we don't have a lot of celebrities. But in America, I really like it because it's like, holy shit, that person I have seen on TV ate here. There is something kind of magical about that.
I mean, yeah, we got Chris Chelios right next to us, which I'm happy about.
God. Here we go. Look at this thing. Thank you so much. This is my first deep dish pizza. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Yeah, no. What have we got here? Can you explain what we have in front of us?
Yeah, so it's just a regular deep dish pizza, sauce on top, pepperoni in the middle. I will say it is very filling, so if you guys haven't ate, you might finish it. But if you guys ate already, there's going to be leftovers. So I will say a small usually feeds 1 to 2 people with 4 slices. A lot of people underestimate me. They don't believe me that it's very filling. They'll order a medium or large, and so I'm like, well, here's the boxes, guys, because I told you. We do have like a secret recipe for the dough. I will say that. I believe only like 3 people know it, so they come early in the morning to make it. The kitchen staff doesn't even know it or anything. The dough is already in the kitchen by the time the kitchen staff gets here. So I will say the family secret. I don't know what it is, but
You're not one of the 3?
no, I like seriously don't know what it is. Like we are not allowed. Like we sign contracts and all that. Like not allowed to say anything or know anything. But I will say it is really good. We are in competition with Malnati's as well. The other pizzerias around, Giordano's, everyone else. Not shaming, but just saying. You guys are here, not there, so just saying.
We're very happy to be here. Thank you. I'm excited.
So I will also say this is extremely hot because it comes straight out of the oven. So just be careful on touching it. Do you guys need anything else for now? Nope. All right, thank you guys.
All right, Rob. First bite of deep dish. It's incredibly fresh. Smells really good. Okay. Now for some food ASMR. Is this a hands thing or a knife and fork?
I'm a knife and fork with it, but I eat all my pizza with a knife and fork, and I get a lot of shit for it. So,
Okay, I'm going to go hands.
yeah, go ahead.
All right. Oh, yeah, this is a hot boy. This is fucking good. There is so much cheese in here. Incredibly thin crust. So much moist, cheesy goodness. I would say I'm a fan. I'm very hungry right now, which biases me, but this is a good pizza.
How do you feel about the sauce? Did you get you had a lot of cheese on that one. I'm not sure how much sauce you got, but
I'm about to do a saucy bite. Oh, the sauce is good. It's got a good kick. Very flavorsome.
that like greasy cheese is very nostalgic bite. Yeah, I mean, I love this.
Okay, Rob, we've changed neighborhoods. Where are we right now in Chicago?
We're at Pequod's at Clybourne and Western.
I understand the way you've talked about this in the past. You're quite excited about this establishment.
This is my number one deep dish spot. Just do a medium pepperoni.
I'll do the hazy IPA. Thank you, sir. Beautiful.
Yeah, this is actually a little nicer than I remember it. They've redone it quite a bit. It was originally very dive-bar-y.
I mean, the thing that's interesting when you order the deep dish, obviously, it is a lot of prep time. Like both places we've been to so far, they've been like, this is going to be 45 minutes.
Yeah, you have to plan ahead. That's why delivery is usually the move for deep dish, because it's going to take a while to get it anyways. You just plan an hour and a half till you get your pizza. And so I did live about a mile down Webster from here for a while. Most of the memories are getting the pizza box with the tin foil on top and peeling back.
What's the tin foil on top?
Just keep it warm. Very important.
In New Zealand, we just had the box. We don't have any of the tin foil scenario. Stay tuned for more Flightless Bird. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Support for Flightless Bird comes from Bombas. Now, if you're not aware of this, summer is very much here. As I read this ad, I'm actually sweating. And in summer, we're all chasing something. A break, a goal, a vibe. And let's not let bad socks and blisters ruin that vibe. If you're unaware of this, Bombas makes socks, and now slides and seamless essentials as well, that keep up with whatever your summer looks like, whether you're running a marathon or just a few errands around town. If you're into running, they make really good running socks. They help with your sweat, they keep you cool, and they fight blisters. They also make really good travel socks. In other words, compression socks, which help curb aches and keep your legs energized for all the sightseeing you might be doing after a long flight. As someone that flies to New Zealand occasionally, compression socks, very, very important. They also just look really good. I used to wear an assortment of very random socks, but since discovering Bombas, I really like their white socks with black stripes at the top. They also grip your leg really well. You know that horrible thing where some socks get that horrible like loose top and they sort of drip down your leg? You're not going to have that problem with Bombas. The other thing, they do good in the world. One purchased equals one donated to someone else who needs it. That's pretty great. You can also order Bombas abroad. I'm here in America. You don't have to be in America. That's right. Along with the US, they now ship internationally to over 200 countries. So head over to bombas.com and use code BIRD for 20% off your first purchase. That's bombas.com, code BIRD at checkout. Bombas.com and use code BIRD. Support for Flightless Bird comes from Shopify. Now, if you're anything like me, especially being here in America, you will do a lot of online shopping. And you might have noticed that purple Shop Pay button and how easy it makes buying something online. Well, that purple button is the telltale sign that a store's powered by Shopify. You might not have known that, now you do. Well, Shopify doesn't just make it easy to buy things, it makes it incredibly easy to start a business to sell things. No matter what your level of experience is, there's a reason that purple Shop Pay button is so loved. Like, picture this. It's midnight, you're lying in bed, you're on your phone, because that's what we do sometimes. You're scrolling through this new website you found, hitting that add cart button on that item you've been looking for. After 15 minutes, you decide you've done enough damage to your wallet and decide to check out. You remember that your wallet card is in the living room and you don't want to get out of bed to get it. Just as you're getting ready to abandon your cart, that's when you see it, that purple shop button. That shop button that has all your payment and shipping information saved, saving you while you stay warm in your bed. That's Shopify, and there's a reason so many businesses sell with it. Shopify is the commerce platform behind 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names to brands that are just getting started. Tackle all those important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. Spread your brand's word with built-in marketing and email tools to help find and keep new customers. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/bird. Go to shopify.com/bird, shopify.com/bird. Was there like an ideal time of the day to eat something like this? Because it's so intense. Like, when's your dream time? Because right now it's 2:15 p.m. for us. What would be the dream time to eat something like this?
I mean, I'll be honest, a lot of the times I was, eating this for like a Blackhawks game. Like on the TV, you get a order of Pequods, especially like that 2010 era playoff. But they're also open till 2 a.m., so there was a lot of just like late night pizza dinner, 10 o'clock.
Probably when you were in here originally as a young man, very old now, you would have been, this is when you were boozing. You were out there, you were drunk, you're stumbling around the town. It's a different vibe.
Much different.
This looks luscious.
So what do you notice that's different about this already?
I noticed that the crust has a beautiful burn to its edge.
Yes, they've got this like burnt cheese crust. That's one of my favorite parts of this pizza is the crust.
We often don't see eye to eye on food, but I love that we can both agree that that burnt crust is like chef's kiss.
Just wait until you eat it.
Okay, that bite was greasy. I felt much more moist even than our previous deep dish. How are you feeling about it?
I mean, it's exactly how I remember. It's delicious.
Oh, it's cute. You're home, Rob. You're home again. That's so nice. So I'm do this crusty edge. I'm getting some crust in, some burnt crust, some burnt cheese. Fuck yeah. We talked earlier about doing this episode, how we just have a bite as we go and not eat too much because we're going to eat a lot of pizza. Rob, you've almost finished this massive, massive slice.
Yeah, you can't just eat one bite of Pequod.
Okay, so we've taken a temporary reprise from eating deep dish pizza, and Rob has brought me to where are we right now?
We're at the Goose Island tap room.
And back in the day when you were a boozing boy, you had a beer you liked that you wanted me to try.
Yeah, I was always really big on the Matilda and the Sophie.
So I have a Matilda in front of me right now. It's got some good head on there. I like the logo of Goose Island. I like geese. They're a very funny bird to me. Okay, taking a sip. ASMR incoming. Oh, I like that. Also, I feel like in the middle of a deep dish frenzy, a refreshing drink is quite good. Right, Rob, what cursed thing have you done right now?
All right, we're switching over to delivery, and we are doing Lou Malnati's deep dish pizza.
You're a fan of this one?
Yeah, this is a very classic deep dish. Like Pequod's was a little more unique and specific, and this guy will be a little more traditional deep dish.
Looking at it now, it's intimidating as Rob is slicing it up. Again, it's deep dish, so it is very thick is the word I would use to describe it. And I'm just already, my body is feeling the greasiness which has been accumulating over the last few days. I'm ready for more.
We're nearing the end of our deep dish journey, so I feel like I can actually eat this without having to save room for more to come.
Yeah, the danger early on is that we knew there was so much more coming, and so every bite came with a added level of terror because it's like, oh my god, there's so much more to come.
Exactly.
It's great. I missed the burnt crust of earlier, but this is thus far my second fave of 3 so far.
Yeah, this is solid. I don't think it's Pequod's, but the sauce is really good. Mm-hmm. They've got chunks of pepperoni on top of pepperoni. Also,
I love because we've been getting everything boxed up when you aren't finishing things. Our fridge is just full of nothing but boxes of deep dish pizza.
Well, I made the mistake also the night before we started the pizza journey. I really love Peace Pizza in Chicago, which is more tavern style thin crust. So I got that. So on top of all of our deep dish pizza, we have Peace as well.
Yeah, basically Rob started early before we were recording. He was, overly keen. Okay, so it's just after 10 p.m. and our fourth and final pizza has arrived of this whole journey. Rob, what is this?
So we're doing Chicago's Pizza. This was always my late night go-to deep dish because they're open till 4 a.m.
I noticed the height of the crust feels like very high.
What I like most about this pizza is the sauce. The sauce is very tasty.
Okay, I'm feeling full, I'm going to admit, but I'm ready. I knew this was happening, and I feel like I'm ready for it. Very saucy. The sauce is thick. Mm-hmm. I would say this would rate, let me think about this. Is this better than what we just had. Better than lose. I don't know if it's
different.
It's different to lose. Yeah, it's not better. It's not worse. It's different. Can we have like a tie for second?
I think we can do that. So we're putting Pizano's last, though.
Absolutely, we are guaranteed.
Okay. So yeah, Chicago's and lose tied for 2. I mean, Pequod's is still like think runaway, like very distinct, very unique.
By far, number 1. I also love that the very first one we went to was our least favorite of some really amazing options, obviously. Thus completes our journey into... I mean, 4 doesn't seem like a big number, but when it is this type of food, it's a really fucking big number.
Yeah, this is a real pizza pie.
Yeah. Well, thank you for this journey into the food of your people. It's been full-on, delicious. You know the type of food I like, and I think this perfectly aligns with that type of food.
Yeah, meat pies. This is just inverted meat pies for you.
Yeah, this is meat pie adjacent. I'm getting the same. That's actually a really fucking good point. I'm getting the same kick out of this as I do out of a meat pie.
Yeah.
Natalie, you didn't want to be involved in this, but you've just entered as we've had our 4th deep dish. Do you have any hot takeaways on deep dish pizza here in Chicago?
I just feel like you're controversial not to rank lose up at the top. It's very controversial.
I mean, still second.
Tied. It's not the same thing. What was the top? Pequods?
Pequods.
I agree with that. Yeah, we used to get Pequods quite often, and Lou's always with Rob's family. His family really likes Lou's. But Lou's has really good sausage deep dish pizza, so it could be the style.
I think we've only tried one style. Mm-hmm. Part 2 of this episode coming up. Different styles of deep dish pizza. I'll like get heart disease probably. No, now just saying Natalie she's so defensive. She's like 10 o'clock at night. She's like, your ratings are fucked. It's good. It's good. I feel ill again just thinking about it. Like I just so full of pizza, man.
Yeah,
so full.
I feel bloated after listening to that again. I feel like I just ate a ton of pizza.
Yeah, no, it's happening. When do you think you will you eat deep dish again before you go back to Chicago, or is it like just a Chicago thing for you?
I'll get a nostalgia hit occasionally in LA.
And you'll just want to go and guzzle down a slice.
There's a pizza place in Silver Lake that does deep dish masa pizza. And if I'm feeling, I mean, it only happens once or twice a year. It's like a Bears game. They've got like Sunday night football and the Bears are coming on. I'm like, this feels like a deep dish pizza night.
Now, I did notice something. I reflected back on this as we were listening to it, and I've noticed something about my personality. And I think I do get caught up in the hype of things at the time. Like my friend Dan always gives me shit because when I went to see Hunt for the Wilder People, no, not Hunt for the Wilder People, Where the Wild Things Are, I came out of that film, and it's a cute film, but I came out of that hands down saying like, this was the best film I've ever seen like my entire life. And look, it's nice. It's not the greatest film, but my point being, I get like very hyped up in the moment. And I was listening to Hayden's criticism at the beginning of deep dish, and how he sort of argued that pizza is meant to be flat. It's not meant to be deep. You know, it's the very antithesis of a pizza to be deep. A pizza is meant to be flat. That is how it works. It's not a pie. So what I'm saying is, I do feel because you were there, I think I did enjoy it, but I also think my critical skills were maybe a little bit off because I was caught up in the hype of a new experience. I was enjoying it because you were there. And reflecting back, I just wonder if I could have been, if I was a bit too hyped listening to myself then. You know, I looked like high as a kite, you know?
I mean, the fact that you're bringing this up on the deep dish pizza episode and not the fucking Subway episode, that you're reflecting that you were too positive. on
It's actually a really good point. If I unlock this now, I have a lot of episodes to go back and reimagine in hindsight.
I mean, you were enjoying. We were not rating deep dish pizza against other pizza. Like we were experiencing deep dish pizza.
Oh, no, I don't want to bring it down. I was just thinking, was I sort of in a deep dish frenzy? Was I too excited?
We were in a deep dish frenzy. I also forgot that was consolidated into 2 days and not the whole week.
Oh, that's the other thing. No, it was this 2 day because we had a bunch. I mean, for one thing, we weren't both there the whole time, and then we had other work to do. So like it was 2 days of nothing but deep dish. And I'll also say, because I did enjoy it. I admit it. I had some bites from the fridge. We had it in the fridge, and sometimes while you were still asleep or out, I would sneak into that fridge, and I had a few bites of like very cold deep dish, which I also found weirdly okay.
Cold deep dish is also its own thing.
Yeah, and I was worried. I thought maybe like it wouldn't, because obviously cold flat pizza, your bog standard pizza is great cold. I thought that may not translate to deep dish, but I have to say it 100% did.
So, new favorite pizza type, deep dish?
Look, it's never gonna
10 out of 10.
It's 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, mate. No, it's never gonna knock Hawaiian off the throne that it rightfully sits on. But it comes close.
I mean, it's gonna blow your mind when you have a deep dish Hawaiian pizza, is what it sounds like.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, that is next time I'm in Chicago, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Thanks for that tour of pizza. If you listening are sort of have any feedback, maybe you're horrified we missed out on a certain place that you love and we want us to know about, just flightlessbirdchat@gmail.com. We'd love to hear.
I feel like we need to give a little bit of a disclaimer about this, that we only tried four places. There are a lot of deep dish places in Chicago.
There's a lot.
Giordano's, Rosati's does deep dish, My Pie. There are a lot, and everyone's kind of got their favorites. But I've really, at the end of the day, there's only Pequods.
And I got to say, I agree. That burn on there, my God, it was good. Like I love a little bit of burnt crust. That was
the only consideration I will take against Pequods is Bert's place. That's the only thing that can come close to Pequods. Is
really?
Bert's,
Okay.
He was involved in Pequods and then opened his own. Like down the street in Morton Grove.
Yeah, right. So the same talent involved.
And he was this cranky old man. He has since passed, but I had gone there to eat a few times, and you go in there, you can't make a reservation, you can't call ahead. So that's the other thing with deep dish pizza. Every time you order it, they're warning you that this is going to take 30 to 45 minutes. Like, are you sure you want to do this? So if you're doing lunch at a deep dish place, you'll call ahead and say like, I'm going to be there in a half hour to eat. Can we get this going?
Mm-hmm.
Bert's, you can't do that. Bert's was cash only. Bert would sit in the corner booth, just this like grumpy old man. But it was like Chicago.
Yeah.
It was such a Chicago vibe.
Yeah. There was no ordering ahead. There was none of that bullshit. So you come in there and you order your pizza in cash.
Bert wants it ordered. And
I love Bert.
How Bert wants you to eat it.
And there is something special about when you go into a place and the guy or the like girl is there, like it's them. It's a reminder of like how personalized and special it is, because like we live in a world of just chains, right? And it's nice to be like, no, that's the guy. He's like grumpy as hell, but his pizza's like fucking great, and we're gonna get some.
Anthony Bourdain went and ate at Bert's.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the OG. Well, Rob, thank you for the pimples, the delicious food.
And the extra 10 pounds on your belly.
The extra 10 pounds. Yeah, I've been attempting to like go back on the salads again.
I will say, eating healthy in LA, it's so much easier. I've been gone from LA and I've had so much good food. I had the Wolf's Taylor in Denver. which was incredible. Chicago, we had all that pizza, but I also snuck away to eat at Ever. Nashville, I went this place Peninsula that was incredible.
You've been in food heaven, basically.
Catbird Seat, and then New York is so much food. Aska in New York was this Nordic tasting menu that I did when I got here.
Nordic, how was that?
It was incredible. Everything was like so beautiful. It was crabs and caviar and fish and they would bring out like a tray of everything that was coming and the upcoming courses. That was like the venison dish. They brought out like a giant deer skull. And
oh my Lord. Yeah, so it's like a show. It's like a show as well as like a dinner.
Absolutely.
And have you noticed being away from LA, like, because that is a thing, I forget how warped and like messed up this place is that we live, but like LA is built for like people not like just the health thing, right? And being like stick thin and counting calories is such an LA thing. And when you get out of LA, it's just much harder to get that kind of food.
It's so embedded in LA culture, and I don't know that I fully grasp that. It's so much easier to eat healthy.
Yeah, when I was in New York, it was just like quick hits of like very delicious. And maybe it's to do as well. I think you talked about this, or we talked about this. It's kind of like a seasonal thing where in Chicago and in New York, you have these cold winters, right? You want some like warm, delicious food. LA is pretty much toasty all the time, and it's not, you're less inclined to go, oh, I want this like big, hot, bit of deep dish. Like a salad is like more logical with like even the weather, right?
I mean, even in Chicago and New York, like you want some of those extra pounds when it's cold too. Like you're not walking
warm.
You're not walking around in tank tops and you're like, no, I need sweaters. Like it doesn't matter. Like
you're not trying to be like scouted by some like Hollywood agency to become like a stick thin star or something. Yeah, totally.
Which David is that why you eat healthy in LA?
I try and eat healthy in LA because my doctor looked at my blood and was like, your cholesterol is way too high. Eat better or you're going to have a heart attack. That's why I attempt to eat some salads from time to time.
And you're hoping to get scouted at the pool.
Oh, that too. Oh, yeah, no, I'm waiting for my moment. Don't you worry.
The Michael Phelps biopic. Here comes David Farrier.
Here he is. He was scouted in his little community pool. A lot of feedback, because we've done these live shows, which we haven't been reading feedback in because it didn't seem like the thing to do on a live show. Just start reading emails to people.
Oh, I do love that for the next one though.
Just like, and here is half an hour. It actually would be quite fun because emails we get are like very entertaining and kind of amazing.
But a half hour of reading emails.
Yeah, maybe we'll go for maybe 10 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes. I will say, like, the candy episode elicited what I would call a tidal wave of feedback. Like, I couldn't read it all, but I summed some of it up here. But just quickly, there was some feedback to the cryonics guy that we had in Denver. Someone wrote in, I could not relate more about exploring the idea of cryogenics to calm your fear of death. After I had my first daughter, I instantly developed a fear of dying like I had never experienced before. On this quest to find a way to live forever, I researched cryogenics, which is the word is cryonics, so slightly different, and made the mistake of watching a documentary called Hope Frozen. It's a heartbreaking story about a Thai family who has a daughter who has a terminal illness and decides to have her cryogenically frozen right after she dies. I was so emotional, I couldn't even finish it. So I'm curious to watch that doc now. I also wanted to clarify, pretty confident that cryonics is not, if you freeze the bod, I'd say you're not coming back. And I kind of,
if you've died.
Yeah, if you've died and frozen, I think very little hope. But I do find it fascinating that America in particular seems to be very obsessed with the idea, like it's a country obsessed with like prolonging life, and this whole cryonics thing is just like an extension of that, which I find so fascinating.
I mean, I think it all stems from Futurama.
Which is a show I weirdly never watched.
Well, he is frozen and wakes up
That's
in
how
the
he
future.
gets into the future.
Yes.
Well, it probably does.
I feel like for me, having kids has almost had the opposite effect on me with death.
Yeah, you become like less afraid of it.
Not less afraid, but like I feel like there's this extension of me and kind of this piece that's bigger than me now that I have these two beautiful children.
No, I think there's probably two things going, right? Like part of it is it's like you become inherently like less selfish because you're caring for someone like other than yourself. And also that like it feels like there's that deeply biological thing where like you've got this idea that you've like throwing your genes forward into the future, right? And like a version of you is sort of like going on, right? There's kind of that thing.
Yeah, and I don't like to think of it as like a version of me in a egotistical way that like my children are a version of me. But there is just this like crazy biological thing that you're witnessing of like how similar your kids are to you and just like these little ticks or the feelings that they explain to you that you can relate to at like such a deep level where it's like, oh, that came from me, that he is like that.
Yeah, that's a trip. I never thought, because I always think about it at the stage I'm at in my life now where I start to clock things I'm doing that I see in my dad that like might have annoyed me. Like when both of us get a bit flustered, we find it really hard, which is a really common human thing, but in particular in the Farrier family, we find it very hard to get our words out. We sort of start, it's sort of like this, and that's something I've noticed like later in life. But it's so interesting, like you noticing, like your kids have just been born pretty much, and already they have like bits of you that they have like absorbed, or have carried in their genetic material. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels like we're all these kind of like clusters of molecules, and like I gave them some of mine, and it's going on with them whether I'm here or not.
I love that. It's so interesting that one listener is like, this made me more freaked out, and for you it's like the opposite. That's really interesting.
I'm not saying it like completely called me of it all. It's still not my favorite subject.
No, I mean, you and I will always be. I think you and I will both just constantly be riddled with that, like until the day we actually do die. Yeah,
and that's
we should.
That's sweet relief.
Okay, the candy. As there are about 500 emails, I've got a few of them here. Lisa said, in terms of your selection, I was surprised you passed over the nougat-filled chocolate bars such as Milky Way, Three Musketeers, and Snickers. I have to say I'm a big Snickers man myself. Love Snickers. And then there are Crackle and 100-gram bars. A lot of people just send in massive lists of candy that like they recommend we eat.
Yeah, I mean, we did our top 5 favorites. We weren't going to cover everything.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I love people's passion. It's like, you must eat this. Cindy mentioned candy cigarettes. These are chalky, but very satisfying. We had those in New Zealand. They were called Spaceman candy sticks. And they were clearly mimicking cigarettes to the point where they had a little like red bit at the end that was like the cigarette lit.
We had those, and then there were also some that you could blow, and like dust and smoke would come out of the end of it.
Oh, that is incredible.
It was absolutely meant to be a cigarette. I think they were in little like cigarette packs even.
See, isn't that an amazing thing that like someone decided to do? Like, we are going to give these little like, we're going to like prime these kids to have these little like cancer sticks. It's outrageous.
I don't think it was quite as known at that stage.
No, and how bad it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't think they were considered cancer sticks to the public at that point.
No, it's more like kids want to be like a cool adult. This is an adult thing to do, so give them this candy version.
Being in New York and Chicago, people smoke cigarettes so much more than in LA. Like I have seen so many smokers out here. It's kind of wild.
It comes back to LA's obsession with like being clean, right? Clean and healthy. I kind of like that dirtiness of it. Like I kind of like being around like that smoke and that like dirge, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the grittiness of both New York and Chicago. I don't necessarily contribute the grittiness of each of those cities as a negative thing.
I also like love the smell of smoke. Like it's not a negative for me. Like I tried to smoke as a kid. Like I wanted to be like I thought it was so cool. I tried. Can't smoke. My throat's too sensitive. True nightmare. But if someone smells of smoke, like for me, that's like an attractive thing, which is kind of fucked.
When I was a kid, my mom told me I was allergic to cigarette smoke.
Okay.
I think just to like make sure I
Keep
didn't
you away
smoke.
from it.
Yeah. I mean, it worked.
Great technique. She's like, if you inhale any of that cigarette smoke, you will die.
I'm realizing this right now. Yeah, she definitely. It was me specifically. I was told I was allergic to smoke. I had 3 siblings that she didn't.
You were the only one that got that talk.
Yeah.
Why was it? Do you think it's because she saw you like going and like hanging out with like in the crowd she thought could like take you down the wrong path, or she just thought she just cared more about your lungs?
I think it happened. It was early on that I was told this. Like I think it was before I was around anyone that may or she may think would influence me into smoking.
That's so funny. I wonder what it was. She just wanted to protect her little Rob.
I guess so.
Like, the other kids like don't give a shit. Do whatever. It's really good. Ashley said, and a lot of people said, must try Nerds gummy clusters. And I just want to point out, I love Nerds, and I do love the gummy cluster. Big fan of the gummy cluster. Amy said, you guys should try York peppermint patties. I just like the name York peppermint patties. Never even heard of it.
Oh, yeah. They're like little silver wrapper.
She said, yeah, very like Junior Mints, but the peppermint patty is large, a bit different in texture, still minty.
Mm-hmm.
Helene wrote in from the Netherlands, where she listens to Flightless Bird. Some context from the Netherlands. Tony's Chocolate is a Dutch chocolate company that started in Amsterdam in 2005. So, in our candy episode, this was one of our favorites, but not American. It was founded by journalist, I'm going to say this wrong, Ten Van Kroken, after he researched the widespread use of child labor in modern slavery in West African cocoa farming. When he realized the industry wasn't doing enough to change things, he decided to show that you can make delicious, high-quality chocolate that's completely free from exploitation. It sounds like I've been tricked into reading a PR release again.
Yeah, a little bit.
The caramel sea salt made them famous, I think. But here in the Netherlands, we have lots and lots of flavors of Tony's.
And she works for Tony's, right?
It sounds like she's
their signature. No, Tony's logo.
Huge fan. But it sounds like, I like that it was founded by a journalist. Love that. Sarah had a nightmare chocolate story she wanted to share. A few years ago, my family and I visited a flea market and saw a stand with loads of really cheap discounted candy. They were the good chocolate, good types of chocolate, and were decently sized. I couldn't pass it up and brought about 8 of them. My brother pointed out that they were a year expired, but I shrugged it off and didn't give it much thought. I went home and spent the next few days eating them. I'd already eaten about 6 of them when I opened one up to find a thick spider-like webbing all throughout it and maggot worms pouring out of the wrapper. I was mortified. I screamed. I opened the last one to see if it was in a similar condition, and to my horror, it was. I'd already eaten most of them at this point, so I just realized I had been downing maggots for a week.
Was he eating them in the dark?
Great question. I wonder if it was just like a throw it in the mouth and start chewing as opposed to the nibbling scenario. Sometimes when I'm feeling a bit greedy, I'll just like have a chocolate straight in, throw that Junior Mint straight down the gullet.
Yeah, that's awful.
Really awful.
I think too, if candy is a year expired, I think candy has a pretty long shelf life. So if you make it, but if you make it to a year past expired, that's quite a feat.
I also think like you'll notice like the chocolate starts to like discolor as well. There's like signs that it's a bad idea.
And then the maggots and webbing.
The maggots are another sure giveaway. Dan said that in ET that originally approached Mars about using M&Ms as the candy that Elliot would trail out for ET. Mars declined the offer, and so the production company reached out to Hershey, and they accepted, which is why Elliot leaves Reese's out for ET in the film. Robert wrote in about Reese's Pieces. I'm not sure if this is a regional thing, but I grew up in Boston, and everyone I knew always pronounced it as Reese's. R-E-E like dash S-E-E-S, Reese's. It was only when I moved to the other part of the country that I realized some other people pronounce it Reese's. Yeah, Reese's.
That's how I say it. Which, yes, I saw quite a few comments that I was pronouncing the candy.
So how do you say it? Reese's.
Reese's peanut butter cups.
What do I say? Reese's. I think I say Reese's as well.
Not Reese's.
Oh God, Reese's peanut butter cups. I don't know.
Yeah,
they both sound okay to me.
I know I say it Reese's.
So it must be a regional thing.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is, like, when I was reading those comments, I couldn't even tell you which one I said. There's such like nuance into the pronunciation.
No, I'm the same. I couldn't tell you what I said.
Yeah.
This person went on, I realize it gets funnier when you talk about Reese's Pieces. A lot of my friends make fun of me because I pronounce the candy like Reese's PCs. Which
Reese's
again,
Pieces. I mean, yeah.
Was the only way I ever heard anyone pronounce it until I moved around. Turns out not everyone says it in the same way.
Reese's Pieces. I mean,
that sounds bad.
I mean, I think that's the evidence of how you're supposed to say it is it's totally incorrect. Reese's Pieces. Okay. Well, no, that still sounds weird. Reese's Pieces.
We're slowly going to circle into like chaos as we keep repeating it. It's like you repeat any word enough times and it just sounds like awful. Okay, a couple of pictures came in that I thought were interesting. Asta wrote in from Reykjavik in Iceland. One of the things I distinctly remember from when I went to school in America was the DARE program, Drug Abuse Resistance Education. Police officers would come into our class from second grade onwards and talk about how we should fear drugs and not succumb to peer pressure. And then 2 model students would be chosen, students who had never taken drugs. They'd talk about their experience of being offered weed or something else, but how important it is to stay strong and say and dare to say no. It feels really bizarre looking back. I feel like we had DARE in New Zealand. Did you have it at your school?
Yeah, we absolutely had DARE.
It was a big thing.
Yeah. I remember the assemblies we'd all go to, and there'd be an officer. And
I mean, it's a good message, isn't it? I guess, like, don't go and do drugs willy-nilly, but was it a bit like culty, sort of a bit like weird?
I don't think so. I didn't find it weird. Like, I think it sometimes got intense when they're explaining like the consequences of heroin to third graders.
Yeah, this is where it can go wrong. Yeah,
I'm sure it was problematic, but I mean, I do feel like educating kids on things though isn't a bad thing.
No, totally. No, 100%. It's just, I had not thought about it, but I remember like the specific font on the t-shirts, and I'm curious now like how that made it to New Zealand and like who actually runs the program.
I do remember more vividly the like don't drink and drive videos, which may have been part of this DARE program, but they would make these horrific, like very gory commercials that they'd make us watch.
Same thing in New Zealand.
I still remember them. They were like very traumatizing, where it's just like a mom and her family driving in a car, and then out of nowhere, the drunk driver comes and like decapitates her.
So there's an iconic ad with my generation, and it's basically a guy, I'm going to probably misremember this, but it's like a guy that's a bit, obviously he's been in a crash. He's in a wheelchair at the hospital. I think he realizes that he's killed someone else. He's like looking in at the body in the other room or something. And his wife comes up. She looks absolutely like distraught. It's like very somber music playing. And she's got a speeding fine like that he got. And she just walks up to him and delivers this iconic line that like every New Zealander knows. She just says, "It was the same day, David. it was the same day. And it just like you clock that he's like got the speeding fine the same day he killed this kid. It's one of those lines that's as big as like a line in any film.
And it was David.
David was the guy. Yeah, David was the killer.
Did it haunt you that you were also David?
It did. A lot of people would come up to me at various at times in my life and say, "It's the same day, David." Like every David in New Zealand has been haunted by that ad at some point.
I think we know what your next tattoo is.
Same day, David.
It's the same day, David.
It's so like it's such a loaded term, you know.
It also out of context of never hearing that, it sounds so insane.
I'm gonna try and find the ad and send it to you. And Parker had one other bitch, a deep dive into the Hooters restaurant chain, which is something I know about, but completely have forgotten about as well, because I feel like in LA they're not particularly prominent. I think there's one at Long Beach, which tracks.
Yeah. Our fantasy football draft, the one that you came to, as like a joke, the commissioner used to host the draft at Hooters.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Amazing. Well, Parker went on to say, this national phenomenon has been around for decades and offers a lot of compelling angles. The experiences of the Hooter girls, issues of sexism and objectification, and the strict appearance standards that they're held to, from uniforms and hairstyles to nail length and visible tattoos and piercings. So, yeah, I want to find out what the deal is with Hooters. I quickly jumped onto their website, and they were kind of like, they had a blurb being like, we accept all body types, but then there was like another line that was like, but it has to fit within our like
and
our standards,
our uniform
or something. Yeah, so I'm curious like what the deal is with Hooters now, and whether it differs in different parts, like a Hooters in Texas, whether it's more of the what you think of Hooters as being, and in LA it's like less so. I'm curious about it now, because yeah, am I right in thinking like you go to Hooters to see women in tight tops with like big breasts? Like that's the thing, right?
That was the gimmick of it. Yeah.
Wild.
My ex-girlfriend loved the wings at Hooters.
Oh, really good wings? Yeah.
So she would want to go there all the time.
And I know they've got these amazing, their logo is like an owl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They've got a cool logo.
Yeah. It's not breasts, David.
It's not breast. And finally, I think this is just like quite sad and quite sweet as well. I thought we'd end on this from Andy. David and Rob, love the podcast and the direction you've taken it, but please, no more sounds that make me want to punch babies, aka eating sounds, especially when you say at the top of the episode, it's safe from such sounds. Still love the show. My younger brother died last week, and you two have helped to keep me going and laughing. His name is Lou. If a shout out is possible, my brother loved dark humor, and he died with his pants down. LOL. So yeah, Lou, fuck. Thanks, Andy, for listening, and sorry about the loss of your brother. That's insane. It does, because I use podcasts to get, like, podcasts for me are like an escape. It's like, you know, the people, and if I'm feeling shitty or I'm feeling bored or I'm feeling something, I can listen to a podcast, and it does something that TV and music and other stuff doesn't do, because it's like you're with friends, and I don't want to be like too like worthy about what we're making, but it is nice to know that like what we're making can be that to other people at times, and I think that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And also sorry for another episode where we were eating. So
there were less chewing noises in this edit, I think, than Candy, but there would have been a few in there.
I mean, I don't have misophonia, and some of that pizza eating was a little gross to me.
Okay, look, apologies, Andy. And
if he's made it this far through this episode, he might have thrown up all over his computer and turned this off.
The eating sounds going out to Lou, because he had a sense of humor. I love that. Any feedback, always flightlessbirdchat@gmail.com. Thanks again for coming to the live shows. We want to do those again when we can like find time. They'll just be few and far between, but they're really fun to do. And now we're back into our regular programming of each episode various bits of weird American culture with no audience sound effects throughout the episode. So can't wait. Any parting words, Rob?
I mean, Billy, if you want to just play the laugh track now of studio audience for us to take us out.
Yeah, we need that. Without the audience applause, I don't know what we're doing. All right. See you next week.